Fathers love everyone and welcome. I think there's a storm rolling in. Thunderstorms are coming. Make sure you get to know the Father and the Son and the Spirit. But today we're going to read Proverbs 4. So let's sit back and relax. See what the Father has to teach us today. Hear ye, children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my law. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also, and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory. She shall deliver to thee. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. I have taught thee in the ways of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it. Turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. For they eat bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. My son, attend to my words. Incline thy ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are issues of life. Put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. I hope that truly blesses each and every one of you who listen to it. Let's do a little review. Starts out in Proverbs 4 by saying, Hear, children, the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. So this is coming from the Father to give his children understanding. He gives good doctrine, and we're not supposed to forsake his law. Then it says in verses 4 and 5, But the Father taught me also, and said unto me, Let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. So he's clearly stating here that we need to retain his words in our heart. We need to keep and obey his commandments, and then we live. We need to get wisdom and get understanding, not from man, not from a book, but from the Spirit. Now it might use men, and it'll probably use the book, but that isn't where our wisdom and understanding comes from. It comes from the Father, through the Spirit. And once we get it, forget it not. And also, we are to never decline the words of his mouth. Think about that. Ask the Spirit to give you understanding on those two verses. On everything, but especially those two verses. Verse 7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, we need to get wisdom. And while we're getting it, we need to also get understanding. And we get these things by diligently seeking the Father and letting that Spirit speak to us and lead us and obeying what it has to say. It'll lead us to all truth and all understanding. In verses 10 to 13, he says, Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and then the years of thy life shall be many. He's taught us in the way of wisdom, and he leads us in right paths. When we go, our steps shall be straight, and when we run, we won't stumble. As long as we take hold of instruction, never let it go, keep it, for it, she, is our life. So we need to listen to that Spirit that teaches us in the way of wisdom and leads us in the right paths. And when we go, our steps are straight. We don't waver. It don't matter what kind of conversation I may find myself in. If someone's speaking something that I don't agree with or believe in, it's not going to waver my steps. And when I run, I'm not going to stumble. Because I take fast hold of the instruction of the Spirit, and I will never let it go. I will always keep it, because I know she is my life. You need to get to know that too, brothers and sisters. And then we're told to enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of the evil men. We're told to avoid it. We're told to not even go by it. If we see it, we turn from it, and we pass the other way. Think about that also, brothers and sisters. Especially you that think you can say some magic words. You don't have to do anything. To each his own. The way of the wicked, they sleep not, unless they've done some mischief. And they sleep not, unless they cause someone to fall. Because they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Excuse me. Stay away from the wicked. Don't pretend you can follow two different ways. Our path is straight. It's not with the wicked. Because as we're reminded in 18, the path of the just is as a shining light that shines more and more to the perfect day. We're not darkness. We're not with the wicked. We're a shining light. People should look at you and see something different that intrigues them. Or do they just look at you and see someone that says they're a Christian? We're reminded in verse 19, the way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. Just stumbling along, blindly following a master that some of them don't even know they're following. Just stumbling in the darkness. And then we're reminded in verses 20 to 23 to attend to his words, to incline our ears unto what he says. Don't let them ever depart from our sight, and we need to keep them in our heart, because they are life unto us that find them, and health to all our flesh. We must keep our heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Once again, pointing out how important it is to attend to or listen to his words, to incline our ears unto everything he says. Don't ever take our eyes off of them. Keep them in our hearts. That's our life. That's our health. Guard it with all diligence against the enemy, because out of them, out of those words, out of that heart, is all the issues of life. We're reminded in verse 24 to put away from us the froward mouth, the perverse mouth, the lying mouth, the false doctrine spreading mouths, and the perverse lips. Put them far away from us. Don't listen to them. Don't argue with them. Don't debate with them. Just put them away from you. Say what needs to be said and move along. Put them away from you. Verses 25 and 26, we're reminded to let our eyes look straight on, and let our eyelids look straight before us. Ponder the path of our feet, and let all our ways be established. So we're reminded again, keep our eyes focused, straight ahead, on the kingdom, on the Father, on what the Spirit is telling us and leading us to do. Keep it focused. Watch our feet. Stay straight. Don't stumble a little bit to the left or the right. We stay straight. We do not stumble. We do not fall. All our ways are established if we follow that Spirit. And then in the final verse, we're told, we do not turn to the right. We do not turn to the left. We remove our feet from evil. As I said, there's a storm brewing, brothers and sisters. Whether we like it, don't like it, believe it, don't believe it, it doesn't matter. It's brewing. The enemy's hard at it. All you got to do is open your eyes and look around. Look at the world we find ourselves in. You think this isn't the work of the enemy? Come on, brothers and sisters. Time's getting short. It's time you get to know the Father, the Son, and the Spirit before it's too late. He has a special purpose for each and every one of you. If you just go talk to him, find out what it is, and don't worry about getting right or having to be a certain way, even if you don't believe. If you don't believe, I challenge you right now, go somewhere quiet and cry out with all your heart, if you're real, show yourself to me. And then wait, and he will. If you find yourself in trouble, cry out. He'll answer. Then you'll believe. As for your continued prayers for the children out there, they need all the protection they can get in these times. Prayers for their fellow brothers and sisters all around the world, that they keep their path straight and keep their feet out of the wicked, and don't get misled by the froward mouth and the perverse lips that teach false doctrines and false Jesus. Get to know the real Jesus. Don't let man show you Jesus. Let Jesus show you Jesus. Pray for those that are still stumbling in the darkness, that they can see the light before it's too late. Because I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, the enemy's hard at work. We need to be hard at work also. But first, you got to really know Jesus. See you next time.